Encounter is brought to you by the Broome County Council of Churches, where we connect compassion with needs as we inspire growth with dignity. You'll find us in special places throughout the community. For those who remain hungry, we provide meals. For those who are challenged, we build wheelchair ramps. We comfort those who are ill, minister to those who are confined, and we remain an advocate for change and understanding on behalf of every element of our community. Connect and inspire. Encounter the Broome County Council of Churches.
Good morning and welcome to Encounter, sponsored by the Broome County Council of Churches. I'm your host, Dave Alexander. This is Memorial Day weekend, and today our show is basically dedicated to our veterans. Our topic is going to be veterans. And Memorial Day weekend, especially on Monday, is a day when we remember the people who died serving our country's armed forces. We all honor all Americans who died while in the military service. My guests today are Allison Miller. She's a team leader at the Binghamton Vet Center, and Arsland Kachadourian.
Kachadourian.
He likes to go by Mr. Trumpet. He played in the band The Professionals. And what I've asked, maybe Arsland could start us off today and just share a little bit about himself. And I know he'd like to mention something about the American Legion post he's a member of. And then he's going to play some military songs for us.
I'm affiliated with the post in the First Ward, 1254. And it's quite a nice post. They used to have a nice turnout of members. And it's unfortunate that we don't have military men that come out as regularly as they used to. And but it's a warm post, and people would enjoy the people that go there, military servicemen.
Okay.
And I've done different things in the area. I've played for different events, played a lot of different occasions, and but I just want to mention that the trade name of Mr. Trumpet got in there was when I was in the military service. I played for Vice Admiral Brown. I played for I played at Arlington Cemetery. I'd done different musical groups in New York City.
Okay.
I was in the house band at the Blue Note in New York, and I just enjoy playing the trumpet. And that's where I got the trade name of Mr. Trumpet, was because when I first started playing, I did the Lord's Prayer at one of these functions at a military gathering, and they came up to me and say you are Mr. Trumpet. You play with your heart and soul. And I played at the New York State Fair as well. I did did jazz for Louis Armstrong, and most recently I played at the Forum Saturday with Scott Harrison. He was from Melbourne, Australia. It was a nice turnout, but the people enjoyed the event in the evening. And when I was getting back to the State Fair, when I was there, they say, you don't just play the trumpet. He says you play like a white man, black man, because white boys don't play with any feeling on the trumpet. Yeah. And I caught that just kind of a jingle. And then when I played it, that was at the State Fair, and they said Wynton Marsalis was up there playing. He says, man, he doesn't get the tone you get out of a trumpet. But I used to think anybody can get a sound out of an instrument, but that's not true. It's a God-given talent, like Tommy, Jimmy Dorsey, Harry James, and Bunny Berrigan. You just have to have the love for it. A lot of people play trumpet, right, but it's to get a trade of that. And in fact, Harry James mentioned about the great trumpet players in the era, but he never. They called me Mr. Trumpet way back when I was just a little kid.
Can you share some songs for us now, please?
The military
songs.
Yes. Okay.
Thank you so much.
It's beautiful.
Really enjoyed that.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Now, Allison, I'm going to turn to you. You're team leader at the Binghamton Vet Center, and that's located at 53 Shenango Street
Yes.
in Binghamton. First, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Okay. Well, I'm a graduate from Binghamton University. I studied psychology there, so I'm trained as a psychologist. And at the end of my training, I went to Syracuse VA Medical Center in Syracuse, and I worked there for a year as an intern, and then was hired as full-time staff psychologist, and just really developed a passion for working with veterans. And I always knew I wanted to come back to Binghamton. That's why I had done my internship so nearby. And when the opportunity for the Vet Center to open came, I was fortunate to have the opportunity to help create the Vet Center.
Okay, a little bit about the Vet Center. A lot of people, I think, at least a lot of veterans know about the Binghamton Clinic up at the Greater Binghamton Healthcare Center, but I'm not sure how many people realize that downtown Binghamton we have the
Vet Center.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, the Vet Center is, we just opened in the fall of 2008. We had our official grand opening in January 2009. And the Vet Center is part of the Department of Veterans Affairs, but we serve a subset of veterans. We are primarily a counseling center for combat veterans. So we focus on readjustment from combat zone, war zone to civilian life. So all of our services are free for veterans who qualify. And so any veteran who served in a combat zone or any active duty soldier who served in the combat zone is eligible for our services. Also, family members are also eligible for our services. So our primary mission is to provide counseling for readjustment counseling for military members and their families. We also provide counseling for veterans who may have been sexually assaulted in the military, and we also provide counseling, bereavement counseling for family members who have lost a loved one while on active duty service.
Okay, I guess being in the service, and I was in Vietnam coming home, I came home at a time when, how do I say it, people were very down on the Vietnam War, and people looked down on you as a person who had been in Vietnam and served, and they really, would make nasty comments and everything.
Right.
And I'm thinking back then, there was no place for a veteran to turn to go for help. And I think even for myself, you spent years and years never talking about what occurred there, and just, you tried to deal with it yourself, and a lot of times, it affected your whole life because you couldn't deal with what happened over there. And so I think it's great that we now have a place where the new veterans can go. But how does, I'm assuming, you get referral, the veterans are referred to you, or
any veteran
they can just come?
Yep, they can just come. We have a phone number. So if a veteran calls first, or active duty soldier calls, or a family member calls, then they can make an appointment to speak to one of our counselors. Or if they want to just drop in, they can do that too. If they drop in, there may be a little bit of a wait, but anyone is welcome to come, and they can come and find out. Maybe they're eligible, maybe they're not. If someone is not sure, they can come and talk to us. There's never a charge, and we'll always help them find out if they are eligible for counseling. And we have plenty of Vietnam veterans who still come to our Vet Center and who are healing from that poor and reception, the poor homecoming
Right.
that Vietnam veterans received. Yeah.
Now, tell us a little bit about the staff up there.
Yeah, so we have 4 counselors on staff, 3 social workers and a psychologist, and we have an office manager, assistant office manager, and an outreach specialist.
Okay.
And 4 out of our 7 staff are veterans themselves. So part of the Vet Center culture and ethos is to have veterans helping veterans, and so that's something that is really important for a lot of service members to, be able to speak to another service member about what they've been through.
Okay. Now, besides counseling, is anything else do you offer through the center?
Yeah, so we offer individual, group, marital, and family counseling.
Okay.
All of those counseling modalities are available to help, with the transition, to help with the normal complications that come from, making the transition from the war zone to civilian life. And then we also have a number of wellness classes that are also really important to help support that transition. And we also have different people from the community that sometimes come to the Vet Center and offer free services, such as we have talked to a financial advisor who comes once a month, and he'll offer free guidance for veterans or their family members who might need help with finances. Or we also offer Talk to a Lawyer series, where you can talk to a lawyer for free for half an hour consultation and get some advice.
Okay. Now, I noticed on the homepage for your website,
Yeah.
they list a whole different types of things that go on. Now, I kind of clicked on each one of them, but now one of the things, and I kind of, was the Agent Orange stuff, and that's becoming, I think, as I go to the Binghamton clinic,